Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Andrew Cipriano, and today we're talking about 5 things I wish I would have known before getting a 4-year degree in psychology. Alright, so just as a quick backstory, I just finished my 4-year in applied psychology from Southern New Hampshire University. Is it there? Cool, so there's my degree. If anybody's wondering, this video isn't really about Southern New Hampshire. It was a cool school, and I liked it. I was all online, great program. In applied psychology, I'm not really sure what the difference between applied psychology and normal psychology is. I took pretty much the standard psych and stats classes, so disregard that. This is a video on pretty much just a basic psychology degree. And with no further ado, let's start with a number 1. So the first thing I wish I would have known before getting a psych degree is that you really can't do much with a 4-year psych degree. Let that sink in. So, in the field of psychology, you can't do anything like therapeutic or clinical until you get at least a master's degree. So you pretty much can't be like a licensed professional unless you have a master's or a doctorate degree. I wish I would have known this because I got a degree and I was always planning on getting a terminal psychology degree. I didn't want to go get a master's or doctorate, or at least I wasn't sure if I wanted to. And if you get a 4-year in psych, you are left with no other option. You pretty much have to do those things, or else you have a very general degree that isn't worth much. Now, here's what you're going to hear from other people is that you can do a whole lot with your psych degree. You can go into sales, and you can go and do marketing and advertising and people and sales and all the business stuff, and you can run your own business and blah blah blah. And in my opinion, you can do all those things without spending $40,000 getting a psychology degree. With that said, I'm happy I got the degree, but you should know that if you actually want to do something psych related or go into therapy, you have to at least get a master's degree and then spend clinical hours training. So it's going to at least be, at very least, 6 years to do therapy. Most people don't know that. So that's why I put it number 1. If you want to get a psych degree, the basic 4-year really doesn't do much for you. And this brings me to number 2. Psychology degrees are very common. And most people think that's a good thing, right? I think the logic is, oh, it's common, so it must be a good degree. But really, it's not. That's not a good thing, because you're going to college to make sure that you get specified in something very specific so you can get a job, you can get hired, you're going to be a good candidate, and there's not going to be like a lot of people like you, right? You kind of are going to college to single yourself out as better than other people on the job market. That's why we go to college, right? To get better jobs. But if you go to psychology, I think it's the 6th most common degree. Don't quote me on that, but it's up there. It's very common. Now there's a million of us out there who have the same degree. So are we really that hireable? Not really.
And when everyone's super, no one will be.
So be warned that it is one of the most common degrees, and that not a good thing. That does not work in your favor. Number 3, psychology really focuses on what's wrong with people. And I know that's like a stigma and you hear that a lot. We focus on what's wrong with people in psychology and abnormal psych, but like, what about health psychology and positive psychology and social psychology? Yes, I get it. Those things are helpful. But a lot of people go into psychology wanting to not deal with clinical issues, if that makes sense. And psychology is pretty much dealing with clinical issues most of the time. So just so you guys know, I took a class in, I have a list, 1 minute. Social psychology, applied psychology, health psychology, developmental psychology, clinical psychology, forensic psychology, industrial organizational psychology. Did I say applied? I think I did. So I took like 2 more classes too. Health psychology, I don't know if I said that. But all those psychology classes, they didn't really give me the feeling I was looking for. I think a lot of people go into psychology wanting to help people, and I don't know, I just didn't get that feeling from any of those classes. Like, I learned a lot of basic stuff that I don't really know how to apply. Ironically, that I got an applied psychology degree and I don't know how to apply a lot of stuff I learned. It was like very theoretical, and like when we did focus on mental health, it was always focusing on mental unhealth to me. It didn't really give me what I wanted, and it didn't give me like a roadmap how I wanted it to. Number 4, most people don't actually end up working in the field of psychology who finish their undergrads in psych. So I'm going to post this little picture. I think I can just talk over it. I'm going to leave the link in the YouTube description below if you guys want to check this out. But this is kind of like the breakdown of where people work that get undergrads in psychology. And it's like, you can tell it's scattered all over the place. So a lot of people go into psychology expecting that it's going to be like, kind of be like a North Star on what they should do, their passion in life and their desire, and it doesn't really lead that way. And if you look at this random scatter plot of people where they're working in the fields, you can tell that most people thought the same thing, and now they're just working somewhere completely different. So this brings me to my 5th point. So number 5 is that the degree's not going to really help you figure yourself out. So A lot of people go to college and they have no idea what they're doing with their life, and they think that getting a degree in, like, I guess psychology is going to help them figure out, well, their psychology, and help them develop and help them figure out their passion and their meaning. And to me, psychology didn't do that. Was I interested in the classes? Yes. Am I happy I got the 4-year degree in general? Yes. Would I do it again in psychology? I personally would, because I'm going into the field, but a lot of people would say no after they go into the degree. So just kind of beware that if you're going into a 4-year degree to find yourself, and that's why you're going into that degree, there's different things you can do to find yourself that are going to cost less time and money and effort. And maybe you should do those things prior to going to a 4-year degree. So just so you guys know, I'm not trying to plug, but I'm doing life coaching right now. And what I want to do is help people figure out, I wouldn't say their passion in life, because I don't believe people have one passion, but at least the next step of what they should do. So just to wrap up this video, let's go through the 5 one more time so you have a good idea of it. 1, psychology degrees are not good if you're going to just do a 4-year. They really don't leave you much room for anything specific, and they don't really lead anywhere if you're just doing a 4-year. There's other degrees you could get that's going to be a 4-year degree that would get you more job positive results at the end of it. 2, psychology is one of the most common degrees, and I know that sounds like logically a good thing, but it actually works against you, because now you have a 4-year degree that a million other people have, and now you're no longer special. Remember the Incredibles quote? 3, psychology focuses on what's wrong with people a lot. It doesn't really help you focus on how to have a very, very mentally healthy life. Ironically, it's hard to go into a psych degree and get information on how to be mentally healthy. That's my experience that I found. 4, most people don't actually end up working in the field of psychology. That should tell you something about getting the degree, that it's not going to solve all of your problems and help you figure yourself out. And 5, again, that psych isn't going to help you figure yourself out. You should not get a degree in the hopes it's going to help you discover your passion in life. What you do, it's the opposite, right? You kind of discover a path that seems good, like you discover what you want to do, and then you use the degree because it aligns with that path, not the other way around. So if you guys found this video helpful, please let me know. Leave comments below. This is something, I actually got my 4-year degree. I had an associate's in accounting, and then I wanted to do life coaching. The reason I got my degree in psychology is so that I could confidently say that life coaching is the path I'm going on, not psychology and clinical work. I also worked in a psych hospital for 1.5 years as a mental health technician, so I did spend time in clinical practice, and I knew that this psychology path was not really the right one for me, at least the traditional school psychology path. So in life coaching, I'm helping people figure out what they want to do and help them literally create very meaningful lives for themselves, and help them figure out exactly this video, if psych is right for them, if engineering is right for you, and help you kind of build a life that you'd actually want to live. So thank you guys for watching. Leave comments below, like this video, share it, and hopefully this helps save you some time or help you make the decision to go to college for psychology. Thanks, guys.